This week on Barely Homesteading, digging our own vehicle access. So we've wanted to put in our own vehicle access from the parking area in front of the house up to the upper section of the property for quite some time. We have vehicle access from another section, but we wanted to be able to have a complete pull around, so for trailers and things like that, so we didn't have to turn around in the upper part of the property. And so we have dug this vehicle access, and as you know, we don't have a tractor, so we had to do this all by hand. And you saw some of this on our video for the retaining wall under the deck, because we used some of this it's dirt to backfill that retaining wall. So let's take a look. So when digging this out, this lower section, for the most part, was rocky soil. Not too bad to dig out and to separate the rock from the dirt for the different uses that we put it to. Here in this middle section, for the most part, was solid rock. Now, it was fairly soft rock, so for the most part it was easy to break up, but as we dug further down, the rock became harder, and so I actually had to get the pickaxe for the last section as we were digging down to break up that solid rock, and it took a lot more time. And then this upper section, for the most part, was topsoil. And so this was very easy to dig out for the most part. Just do it with shovels and dig it out, rake it down, and fairly easy to deal with.
We did have one tree stump left.
Oh, that's true. We also had a tree stump up here that we had to dig out. That was a bit of a challenge, but it was starting to rot and wasn't too bad to get out, although some of the lower roots were a bit of a challenge. So as you can see, we had to take quite a bit of material out of this hillside in order to make this vehicle access. So what did we do with all that material? So we followed the Barely Homesteading motto of use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without, with emphasis on the use it up. So let's talk about where we have put this material around the property, around the homestead. So here you can see we've taken a lot of the gravel-sized rock and have raised this area right in front of the access, and to allow us to have good drainage here so we don't get a lot of pooling of water as it comes down this access from the snow melt and the rainstorms. So that's one area that we have put the material. Another place that we've put material is here underneath the deck for our retaining wall. As you already saw, we put a lot of the fill dirt from that area to backfill the retaining wall. We then sorted out a lot of the rock and got the gravel size rock to cover all of that fill dirt. So we have a nice rock covering for this entire area underneath the deck. So another place where we have put material is here on the end of the driveway, the parking area. And so our vehicles are here, and as you can see, the propane tank is there in the distance. And so we put in this entire rock bed to delineate between the parking area and the grass area over here, and to cover the portion of the property where the propane line runs from the propane tank to the house, so that we don't accidentally dig into that spot where the propane line is. Another place where we used material that we pulled from that vehicle access is we put in a drainage ditch along the driveway to the house. And so we were able to use a lot of the larger rock and the medium-sized rock to put in this drainage ditch to hopefully keep the water off of the driveway and to give it a place to flow so that it doesn't pool up, because we've had some pooling at the bottom of the driveway in the early springtime as we get all that snow melt. So we mentioned that we put a lot of fill dirt from that vehicle access to backfill under the deck for the retaining wall. The other place that we've put all that dirt from that area is here on our drive down to the pastures for the goats and the sheep. So we used a lot of the dirt to even out this area. There was a lot of dips and very uneven ground. So we've evened this out to make the drive a lot smoother. And then over there in the distance on our access, we have put a lot of the dirt there at the bottom to try to make that access slope a lot more gradual, because we were getting a lot of erosion, and it's a little bit of a blind drive sometimes, and so just raising that up a little bit helps with that as well. Here at Barely Homesteading, we have a strong belief in hard work. And because we don't have a tractor and wanted to get this done, we did all of this digging out by hand, as well as the transporting and the sorting of the different rocks to the different places. With enough hard work and perseverance, you can really get anything done that you like. And while this is not a finished project by any means, we would like to actually get it a little more shallow so that we don't have to put the vehicles in four-wheel drive to get up this. That's a project for the future, maybe next year, but right now it is drivable, and it is going to help us out a lot as we go through the next fall and winter and into spring, being able to get things easily down to the house without having to go clear around on the property. So for Barely Homesteading, this is Lumberjack saying use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.